I am in wonderful Arathi Highlands again. What kind of coffee? Today is caribou coffee, and it's going to be caribou coffee for quite some time. So I have a nice coffee maker. I don't do the pods and the Keurig and the cups and the Nespresso BS because that stuff is terrible. Just awful. And by sheer happenstance, I don't know how it happened. I think what happened, actually, well, I shouldn't say I don't know, because I worked at UPS in the warehouse for so long, so I think I know. But I got, about a week ago, I got a huge box from a coffee distribution company. I have no idea why, because I didn't order anything from them. And if you have ever worked in an office and used the office coffee maker, like an industrial one that has a feed water line into it and makes one of those tall thermos, it drains into one of those thermoses that you push the top and it brings the coffee out. One of those. I think Berry Coffee Company is one of them that does it. But anyway, they all use the same size bag of coffee grounds. And you can buy Caribou Coffee, Starbucks, pretty much anything. And they're all individual packs of coffee grounds for that specific type of machine to make, I forget, I think it's like 20 or 24 cups of coffee. Something crazy. Anyway, so I open up the box, and it is 3 boxes of Caribou Coffee's breakfast blend, or whatever their breakfast thing is. I gotta go up and look. Of the individual packets. So I have like, I don't know, 100 individual packs of Caribou Coffee. And each of those packs makes 2 rounds of coffee in my machine. So I essentially have 200 free things of coffee. And I couldn't return it because there was no return label, which is more bizarre because it came from UPS. But I think what happened is I ordered something from you that was shipped UPS, and the side label on my box somehow came off and got put on this box, and the main label that was on the box came off. So they delivered it to me in the package room. And I'm like, okay, cool. I couldn't return it. There was nothing I could do. So now I have free Caribou Coffee for quite a long time. The courier is right here. So I'm going to buff up, and I'm going to kill him. Level 35 bodyguards, but the Forsaken Courier is level 35. I can kill him and just Frost Nova everybody else, and I'm on the path, so I don't have to worry about any ads or anything. And I've got my trusty dynamite stuff. Oh, I got a frostbite. That is huge. And now we evade them out. Because the courier is dead. Oh, wow. I was hoping I'd run into the courier. Kind of sus? Yeah, kind of is. But I can't return it. So, you know. Caribou Coffee, error in your favor. I did pay it forward, though, and I got coffee for somebody at Caribou Coffee. So, you know. When something really good happens to you, or me, I always try to do something good as kind of like a, you know, a karma check. Sweet, sealed folder. I was hoping I'd run into those guys. I'm going to make my other gem. I really like Pete's coffee. I don't know why, but it's really good. It's smooth. But what's sad is we're pretty much through the Christmas season, as much as people don't want to admit it. It's just cold and snowy. It's not Christmas. Which means vanilla hazelnut and almond vanilla hazelnut is kind of out the door now. I'm a very seasonal person with coffees and smells and all that stuff. Like, there's only certain smells that I want around during a particular season, or there's only certain songs that I'll listen to in certain seasons. Like Fred Astaire stuff from the 40s, I'll only listen to that in the spring. Okay, hold on. We've got to get all the way in to that without dying. These are all level 37, 38, 39. I'm still going to make a path in. Because I don't know how hard the... 556. Nice. Because I don't know how hard these guys hit. You're probably immune to my wand, aren't you? Yep. But not my staff. Okay. So with him being immune to my wand, I have to be careful. And have enough mana for Arcane Explosion. So I hit level 38 last night, and what that means is I am officially higher level than I was on my first hardcore character attempt that died in Dustwallow Marsh to PvP. So that's good. That's something. Progress, I guess. Pete's makes Santa's white Christmas coffee, which I love during the holidays. I have had that. It is very good. If you want really, really good coffee, I mean, there's a lot of really good coffee all over the place. You just got to find it. I will say this. The best coffee that you can drink doesn't say Starbucks or Caribou or any other huge conglomerate coffee place. Oh, shoot. That's right. I can't wand this guy. But Door County, very good coffee. What do we got here? The Burning Key. So now I gotta go east and get those two. Hints of a New Plague. And there's a quest that I should have picked up. Wand over Fist. I don't know where that quest is or where I do it, so I'll go pick it up. I forgot to when I came out. Whoops. Interesting thing about Arathi, there's no hearth location, and there is no place to get rest experience. Yeah. Coffeeol roasting. Never heard of it. Which means it's probably good. I will say this, though. In terms of really good coffee, a while back, and this is probably 5 years ago or more. Actually, no, it probably ended 3 years ago, because I remember talking about it on stream on Saturday mornings when I used to do coffee and chill and listen to good music. I used to subscribe to the Starbucks Reserve monthly coffee club, which gave you one, I think it was 12-ounce pack of coffee grounds that were specially roasted. And that stuff was amazing. Oh, man, was that stuff good. But they discontinued the program. It was very sad. That was good coffee. And they sent it to you within like 4 weeks of roasting it, which was amazing. But it probably wasn't making them enough money, so they cut it, which is sad. Alright, so Wand Over Fist is this guy back here. Community coffee is also very good, but I don't know where it's all available. I think it's a southern thing.
What can I do for
If it's
you?
a southern thing, I am not going to be able to get it unless they ship. So, oh no, it's down here. That's right. Trelane's Wand of Invocation. What level is this quest? 39, I can do it. I just got to kill a bunch of ogres to get there. Hey man, do not knock the monthly taco membership. I had Taco Bell last night for dinner. It was amazing. The ground powdered beef is just so moist and good. I actually prefer not to know how they make their beef. Like, ignorance is bliss sometimes. Like, people who really, really like those plant-based hamburgers, they probably don't want to know how it's made either. All they care about is that it doesn't contain meat and is made from plants and tastes good. So the way that they make it taste good is they take a bunch of clumpy, gross stuff and mash it together into a form, and then they inject it with about 8 million grams of sugar, or of salt and sodium. And then suddenly it tastes good, and everybody likes it. I'm going to go the long way around. I don't want to fight through all those raptors and trolls again. There's the camp right up there. So is it a drop from a single guy, or it must be? Oh yeah, it's the dude all the way in the back, isn't it? Yeah. Can you not get up this way? You can. Alright, some sneak... Oh, no, can't sneak in. Cannot sneak in. That's alright. We tried. These guys are lower level, so should be okay. Shouldn't be a huge deal. They're also not immune to fire, which is great. Ow. Boulder Fist Magus. BBC Mangler. He must be going after the same quest. Getting over Coda kinda now that I have my taste back. Taco Bell sounds amazing. Oh wow, you lost your taste. I hope it comes back quick and doesn't keep going away. I haven't heard that many people have the taste thing with Omicron, but I mean, there's still obviously other versions of COVID out there that you can get, so it's good that you came through it. So now we have to wait for a respawn. Yay. Well, let's do a little farming while we're here. Get a little extra XP. You never lost yours? Yeah, me either. Never lost taste, never lost smell. Well, bodies are starting to despawn, so I think that means we're up shortly, which isn't good. Of course it went away. All you gotta do is not test. If you don't test, I guarantee you will never get COVID. Wasn't that the thinking? Numbers will go down if you don't test. Car accidents will reduce if people stop driving. You can't fix stupid. Love watching your stream while working? Well, thanks. I hope you like being at work on a Saturday. I used to work Saturdays. Like every Saturday in the morning. I liked it, sort of. I liked the money. Out of sight, out of mind is unfortunately how most people live. It's really not conducive to anything except ignorance. Please spawn. I want my wand. So after we do this, we're going to do the other 2 Stones of Binding, and then we'll do Hints of a New Plague, which is an escort quest. We cannot do the Stormguard badges, because that's an elite quest. But I can go down here to the Pirate's Cove and do those quests. They're level 40, but I think I should be okay. We'll see. Can't wait for Wrath Classic release. Wrath is going to be interesting. The questing is definitely going to be fun. No doubt there. The end game for me won't be there. The questing will be good. I'm kind of agnostic to Wrath, honestly. All had it when we all lost taste and smell for certain periods of time. COVID doesn't seem to be through with me yet. I think we are all vaxxed. It could have been worse. Yep. That's the best thing. If you're vaxxed, the likelihood that it's going to turn into something terrible is very, very, very remote, which is good. Unfortunately, I got one of the early versions of COVID before there was a vaccine that was available en masse for people under the age of 65. And it took a lot out of me. I was down and out for, I think, 2 to 3 months total. And I didn't feel completely back to normal until about 10 months later. Honestly, I think it wasn't until my second vaccine that I finally felt normal. Finally open your own account, hooking up from World Defense. My brother's not paying at the moment because Modern WoW is disappointing me. Yeah, it's... I read something that people would think that there'd be a lot more players on Classic and TBC Classic and then Wrath Classic if they got rid of the subscription. And to a large extent, they're probably right. And I think it would be a good idea for them to either lessen the subscription or remove it entirely for Classic only. Because at that point, you're really just playing with house money, right? You have people who probably are not playing retail and not subbed at all, who would then come back to play Classic for free. And the theory is, if they like it enough, they'll start to play retail. And then that's where they'll get the fee. So it'll be interesting what Microsoft does with the whole free-to-play aspect. God, that was annoying. I was frozen and unable to do anything for a good 8 seconds. But me, I mean, I forgot to look last time I was on retail, but I think I'm paid up for another 2 years on my sub. And I don't think there's ever going to be a time when I'm not subbed to this game. unless it's completely free to play. And that's just the way it is. Fix the hunter class and the balance. So it's... balance in this type of game is really, really hard. I mean, really, really hard. People don't really understand how hard it is to balance a multitude of classes, races, racials, specs, all of that stuff. It's insane. And then when you add in something like PvP, it gets even harder, honestly. So I need to start saving Mage Weave Cloth because I have Tailoring 225 of 300, and now I have First Aid 225 of 300 that I need to work on. Enchanting is still super low, and Cooking... I haven't gone out and gotten... I think it's a quest out in Tenaris that you do. Yeah, I think you just have to do the quest, and that's literally it. I gotta go look. Well, that's the hard thing about balancing, right? How do you equalize everything without giving anybody an advantage, but still make classes, abilities, and specs unique enough that there's a difference in wanting to play them, other than, well, this one is ranged and this one is melee. That's the hard part, right? Is reach the same level as everyone. Damage escape is equalized, which literally pisses me off. So I don't PvP, so I don't really have the PvP gripe about equalization of gear and homogenization of class abilities and interrupts and all that stuff. But the fact that there's not a completely separate PvP tree, I don't know. It's tough though, because if you have a completely separate PvP tree that's different than PvE, and you have somebody that PvPs and PvEs, how do you manage them having to constantly respec and rejam and all that crap? You can't. So when you have as many classes, as many racials, as many specs, as many what do you call it? Not hero classes, but the reputation-based classes. No, I can't even think of the name. But when you add all of those in, it gets real tough.
Hello, farewell.
Hey, let's go for a walk.
Be careful.
Is this... Okay, good. It's not a group quest. I should have looked before I accepted, but there's just like 1 or 2 parts where you have to kill 2 or 3 guys at the same time. Not a huge deal. Make it similar to like Classic. Unique classes, but still a sense of balance. So that's one of the reasons why Classic is so good. There's still some balance issues, obviously, but it's not as pronounced. But the reason is there's not that many. There's what, 8 classes total? I can't even play one of them on Alliance, and Horde can't play one of the Alliance ones, so... Brevity is the soul of wit. You can apply that in many situations other than speaking. Less is more or less. But I think the original version went through so many updates. Balances will always be the hardest thing to deal with managing PvP, hence why putting everyone on scale markets. Well, there was a lot of reasons the early version of the game went through so many patches and iterations. One, when the game was released, they hadn't finished it. There was so many things that they didn't have in the game that they wanted to be in the game. There were so many things that were incomplete and not ready. And I think I told this story before, but when they launched the game, the CD that was in... Dude, where are you going? Come back and help. Thank you. When they launched the game, the original version of the game, the box copy that you went and picked up, that copy, once you installed it, literally did not work. literally did not work. They had to release a patch to make the release copy of the game work. Oof. I'm going to take out this one sheep because it's kind of annoying. How are you doing on health? Oh, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, I'm going to stay right here and drink. Go straight up the gut here and blink ahead. What level are you? 38? Okay. So we can just sort of walk right through here. Don't attack my sheep. Thank you. Oh boy, how do I want to do this? I need mana, but yeah. I need to get as much health and mana as possible right now, because I think there's a fight with 2 more people. Okay, she's fine. Yep. So this would have been a little tricky if I was not higher level. So do we have more people coming, or what? Run straight into a mob. All right. It's fine. Yeah, just run away. Just run. Just keep going. Yes. Yes. Go, go, go. No. I don't know if there's a follow-up to this to go to a different farm. But I've only got one more quest that I want to do in this zone for now. Alright, let's hope we get some crits here. Nope. Do I have a talent point to use? I don't. Come on, one. Ooh, stamina 2. Nice. Oh, I can't loot that guy? Whatever. We made it. Barely. Hello, there we go.
Be careful.
What are we? Revered with Stormwind. Hints of a new plague. Follow-up is... Go to South Shore. Nice. Well, before we go to South Shore, we're going to go all the way up here. Actually, let's go west first. Grab this one. Is this the elemental one? Thundering Key. Nope. Well, sort of. Lightning, I guess. Still not in counterspell range. Elemental air, does that sell for anything? I doubt it. Pull this guy away from everybody else. Here we go. Oh, come on. Well, Scorch does not do a lot of damage. And resisting my wand, perfect. Use that scroll of stamina. As soon as I get full health and mana, I gotta rebuff. And then buff up again, and then get more mana. Oh, I just... Oh, this doesn't go over an hour. Shoot. Oh, well. Can always buy more. Come on, Frostbite. Let's go. Crit. Thank you. Was that so hard? Should be 7 and 5. Yep. Using the right ranks. I got new ranks of Frostbolt and Scorch last, or Fire Blast last night. Whenever I see Lightning Bolt, I just think of that one of the first LARP videos to ever hit YouTube. It was amazing. Ooh, shoulders. Agility and stamina male. Wonderful. What does that give me? Stamina increased by 8. That's 80 health. It's not nothing. Yeah, I guess we do the Pirates Cove next. Unless there's some follow-up. I'll fly over and do the South Shore quest just to get that free experience. Maybe that'll push me into level 39? Let's go a little further before we cut up. Stuff everywhere. Cannot escape mobs. When there's really not that many people in the zone, there's 6 people. There's 12 people level 1 through 50 in this zone. So not a whole lot of activity. Everybody is max level who's playing. Or not everybody, but a vast majority of people are max level doing max level stuff. I think once they increase the experience gained from quests from 40% to 100%, we'll see a big influx of alts and people leveling up. But the interesting thing about Season of Mastery is, as it goes on, will less people level, because Season of Mastery ends, so what's the point of starting a new character? Except if you're planning on using that character as an alt in a different version of the game on Classic Era, when you get that free transfer. So it's kind of a tricky situation for this server, or this version of the game, I should say. Luckily, my wand does work against these guys. Very well, I might add. But I can't slow them, so it does make these guys hurt a little more than they normally would. Thundering Charm banishes a cresting exile. Really? I want to see what this does. Like, how long does it banish it? Oh, nice. Well, that's cool. They don't have that for the other... Oh, yeah, it does. I wish I would have looked at that. Although, I'm happy with getting the experience from killing him. Did I get another one? No. That's hilarious. Read the tooltips. Yep, they are changing this buff right here. Adventure awaits from 40% to 100%. So, effectively doubling how quick you get experience from quests. I mean, 40% is a big deal, but 100% is a huge deal. I'm going to go this way just to explore this little area. And then we'll head back in. Before I go down to the Stone of Binding, I'm going to take the Griffin over into South Shore, turn in that quest, and then fly back. Because I have to go this direction to get to the cave anyway, so I want to do that all in one fell swoop. Yay, an Alliance farm. The Buyer Militia. We don't have to do anything with them as Alliance players. I think Horde have to come out here and kill them. That will be happening with the release of Blackwing Lairs, so in 2 weeks. Or next week? I forget when Blackwing Lair launches. What's the date? It's the 5th. Yeah, I think it's next week. Like the week after this week. Alright, so what do we pick up from him? Trillian's defenses. Oh, it's an elite quest. Yikes. We're going to fly over to South Shore.
Good day to you. See you around.
Man, look at all those elite quests. Ugh. It sucks because they give so much experience, I just can't do them because death. Alright, any assassins around? I don't think so. I think it's all clear. Yup. Just see if this guy has any follow-up on this quest
What
or
can I do
not.
for you?
The Dustfall robes, are those an upgrade? Are they an upgrade? Interesting.
Life bless you.
Let's find out. We've got 1,600 health and 2,000 mana. This gives us 60 less health. Is that what that is? Because I'm going from 15 stamina down to 8. So 70 less health, but 170 mana. 160 mana. That's actually pretty good. That extra mana is a big deal. So we'll keep it. And there's no follow-up to that quest, unfortunately. So now we're going to head back to Arathi.
Light be with you. Be careful.
Oh, this coffee's good. I mean, it's not great. It's just caribou coffee, but it's still good. And it's free, so even better. So next up on our list is turning in the Stone of Binding quest. I don't know if we can do the follow-up quest. I think it becomes elite pretty quick. Once we're done with that, then we're going to go through the cave into the Pirate's Cove and do those 3 quests. There's 6 of 41, but that's wrong. Let me update that. 11 of 41. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is elite stuff I can't do. There's the Sunken Treasure quest, which is a huge quest chain that I obviously do not have. Arabic coffee processed in Greece. That sounds so good. Arabic coffee is ridiculously smooth. Oh, really? Come on. Good things cost money. That's true. But when you get good things for free, then, you know, win. What I really want is a good espresso machine. Like an actual real espresso machine, not like an Nespresso that uses those cups, or like the fake ones that Keurig has, or even some of the other ones that aren't really real espresso machines. Like a good espresso machine is probably a good one, probably about $2,000. Honestly, I really want one of those. Don't have one, of course, but probably the best espresso I ever had was in New York at a place called Aroma. And I don't think they have any New York locations anymore because of COVID. But they only had, I think they had 2 locations in New York, 1 or 2 in New Jersey, right across the bridge. And then I think they had, then they also had one down in Miami. That stuff is amazing. But it's one of those, small shops. It's not a huge chain. I think there's probably a total of 5 stores in the country in 3 locations or 2 locations. Oh man, was that stuff good. Okay, there's my level. Breaking the keystone is elite, so we're not going to do that.